Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to show us a really simple trick for bringing the life and color back into your Whitewall tires. This is my 1980 Newport, which I've shown in a couple of other videos, and as you can see, and probably a lot of people who run Whitewall tires, especially on a daily driver type car, you get this type of, bad yellowing on the tire. And this car was actually just washed. I brought it through the car wash, and it just doesn't take that road grime off properly, and I was trying to rack my brain as to how I could clean it up without having to get entirely new tires. I mean, because if you get new tires, they're just going to yellow again. So this is kind of what all of my tires looked like before, and after doing just probably about 10 minutes of work, this is my result. As you can see, it's not perfect. There's like little bits of yellow stains on there, but progressive scrubbing might actually take that off. I'm not too sure. You'd have to see how it looks over the long term. But for a 10-minute job, I think it turned out quite a bit improved. So all you need to do this is you need one dish soap, spray bottle of water. I mean, you could just use a bucket too, but the spray bottle is a bit easier. And then the secret ingredient, which is a Mr. Clean Magic Eraser. I've had really good luck with these things. They're super amazing for if there's some sort of little imperfection on your car's paint or anything like that. These things are really amazing because they're lightly abrasive, so they kind of pull out stuff that's in the paint or in the tire. But you want to be very careful because not only are these kind of fragile and they can pull apart if you scrub them too hard, but they can damage stuff like paint if you're not careful. That's why, if you can imagine this kind of like a sanding block, you're kind of doing wet sanding usually. Has to be wet, surface has to be wet, and use something like a soap for lubricant, and also to loosen the road grime. So basically that's the trick, is you scrub them with your magic eraser and you use water and soap pretty liberally to help lift out the road grime that's on the tires, like right here. And then this, you just run it back and forth and do several passes, and then I use the spray bottle to rinse it off, but we'll see that in a second. And as an extra, if you have tire shine, you can make the black part of the tire look quite a bit better. And that's part of how I got this result, because I think part of the reason why Whitewall tires look so attractive is because they have that contrast. Now, as you run the tire more and more, and the white gets yellow and the black gets kind of gray, you lose that contrast. So to make it look really nice, you want to shine up the tire black again. So let me get the camera in position here, and I'll probably speed up the video so you can see how it looks over in fast motion. So let's start here. Okay, step one is to wet the tire really nicely. Get it totally wet, because we want that lubrication, right? And the next step is we're going to take the magic eraser and we are going to run dish soap across it. Once again, you just want it really well lubricated so that it doesn't. This is especially important if you ever use it on paint or chrome or anything like that. Not that I'm recommending you should do that. Read about which material you're using it on first, but for a tire, even so, you want it to be nicely lubricated. Now I'm just going to run it up and down the white wall a couple times just to get the soap on there. Let me get a bit more. Let's wet it again. You can see it's actually already taking off quite a bit of road grime in the tire. And then just run it back and forth on the tire. Back and forth. Pretty much the more you rub it, the more grime it'll take off. Now watch here, it's kind of hard to tell, but once you spray it off, I've probably pretty much taken about as much road grime as I'm going to get off this upper portion. You can see there's a huge difference between, say, here and here. You can still see that road grime is on there. Let's get a bit more soap. Like I say, use the soap liberally. It's going to help to lift that dirt out and also keep your magic eraser in one piece. Scrub it, pull that dirt right out. See how we did there. Now, as you can see, there's some more persistent dust there. You can try giving it a second rub and see if that takes it out. But I'm assuming that to get really good results, you'll have to do this like a couple of times to get the most stuff out. That's pretty good actually so far. Alright, let's do the other side now. Let me get on the other side of the tire actually. You see, part of the reason too of why I'm spraying with water is to just rinse the dust off of the white wall, just so it gets out of my way and we can keep working the eraser. Okay, I think that's pretty much as good as it's going to get. Voila, brought the white back out. Now, as you can see when you're done with your eraser, that leaves it kind of gray looking. I don't know if you guys can see that in the camera. Let me actually get it right here. Leaves it kind of gray looking, but basically what you can do with these is pretty amazing. You can actually just wash them underwater, like rinsing them in a pot sink or something, and amazingly that cleans them up fairly well. I'll do that probably off screen here. So you can use these for a few tires, assuming it's not that bad. If you have the bigger white walls, you'd probably need to wash them more frequently. So I'll go wash this. I'll be right back, and then we'll do the final step of shining the tire just to get it a little bit more black. Dry this to make the filming a bit faster. Because ideally you put the shine on while it's dry. Okay. I like this stuff, Armor All Tire Shine Gel. Leaves it very black. I would, if the tires were dirty, I would also apply a tire cleaner, but because this car was just washed, won't bother. Just throw this straight on. So, put some gel on there. I'll just run it back. Now, it may not be immediately noticeable because the tire is wet, but when it's dry on a lot of old tires, you kind of get that gray look that just doesn't look good once you know that it can be fixed. So when the tire's dry, that's when it really makes the difference to have tire shine on there. A little less noticeable because it's still wet from the cleaning. Put a little bit along the bottom. All right, as you can see, that left the tire looking amazing. The white wall looks completely white now. And you know, obviously there's going to be imperfections, and hopefully those will come out with further shines. But for 10 minutes, it's hard to beat that. Magic erasers aren't expensive. You could probably use an off-brand one as well. And then adding that tire shine around it just gives it that little extra pop that really makes it look almost like a new tire. And you can see that it looks very similar as on the back. The back one now is dry, you can see too. So, and with that tire shine, it keeps the tire nice and black, as you can see. I'll eventually paint these rims too to make it look body color, but have not gotten around to that. So as you can see, when you back out and actually take the full look at the car, makes it look quite a bit nicer, quite a bit more professionally cleaned up, and like it has new tires. So anyway, really quick tip, using a Mr. Clean Magic Eraser. Oh, here it is. Yeah, Mr. Clean Magic Eraser. How you clean your tires with one. Anyway, if you guys try it out and you have good success, leave a comment letting me know, share the video, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.